Have you ever thought about what shapes the quality of our relationships and which aspect is the most important? Is it trust, respect, emotional well-being, or maybe the ability to recognize warning signs that might need drastic action? In this video, we're not just going to talk about the importance of the key elements of healthy relationships, but we'll also share some red flags to watch for that might make you reconsider your own well-being. These signals will help you understand when your relationship is starting to go downhill. Being a source of support can turn harmful to your mental and emotional well-being. Stick with us till the end to learn how to protect your dignity and build connections that will boost your well-being for years to come. 1. Negative influences on mental health. It's often come from relationships that constantly stir up feelings of anxiety, sadness, or stress. These can seriously mess with not just our peace of mind, which we all crave, but also our ability to think clearly and act kindly in our daily lives. Stoics teach us that our inner peace is something we should guard like the most precious treasure. Get yourself ready to face failures, disasters, and even insults, because it's in those moments that our life's mission becomes possible. This is a reminder that Stoicism doesn't promise a path without obstacles, but it offers strategies to maintain our mental balance even in the toughest situations. Our mental health shows up not just as emotional discomfort, but in other ways too. Physical issues like low energy, insomnia, or digestive problems are clear signs that something in our relationship dynamics isn't good for our well-being and needs to be looked at. The first step to making a change is protecting our mental health, which often means making tough choices, like limiting or cutting off contact with people who keep causing us emotional pain. It's an important act of self-care and a way to affirm our right to feel good. Creating a healthy environment that promotes personal growth helps us not only maintain our mental health, but also strengthens our ability to live more fully and virtuously. This includes being good to our friends, family, and mental health professionals who can offer guidance and support when we need it to restore our sense of purpose in life. By building and nurturing relationships that uplift us, we reaffirm our commitment to peace and virtue, which are essential pillars of a truly good life. Second, constant lack of respect. It's not just about being polite, it's the foundation of all healthy and productive relationships. When we face ongoing disrespect, like behavior that either belittles or completely ignores a person's dignity, it's a serious red flag we can't overlook. This kind of behavior can show up in many ways, from constantly interrupting someone to harsh criticism or deliberately ignoring their emotional needs. These actions undermine the trust and safety needed for a healthy relationship. The lack of respect is a clear sign that things might be so broken that a person's mental health is at risk. In such situations, distancing isn't just walking away from the relationship. It's a self-protective measure. It's a necessary step to maintain peace of mind and personal integrity, and to prevent damage to self-esteem and the buildup of resentment. This is an act of courage and self-respect. Interactions allow us to assess our own values and reaffirm our commitment to our self-worth. Setting and maintaining clear boundaries is crucial for any long-lasting and respectful relationship. In an environment where mutual respect thrives, recognizing the absence of respect gives us a chance for renewal and personal growth. We learn to appreciate even more those who treat us with the respect we deserve and not to settle for anything less. It's time to think about what we really want. Respect plays a huge role in our lives, and when it's missing, it can hurt both individuals and society. Third, mismatch of values. To build healthier and more fulfilling relationships, having compatible values is key. When our values clash, it can lead to serious conflicts. These disagreements aren't just about differing opinions. They touch on the very core of who we are and what we believe. We believe it's fair and right that constantly facing values that clash with our own can mess with our inner peace and threaten our authenticity. Living in a state of constant ethical mismatch is like trying to navigate unfamiliar territory without a compass. Every decision feels like it challenges our integrity and deepest beliefs. Seneca argued that we should evaluate any action based on how it contributes to our lives. Does it make things better for us? Being out of sync can gradually chip away at your self-confidence and self-esteem. When you try to adapt or accept conflicting values, it can make you doubt your own identity and principles. This, in turn, might show up as stress, anxiety, and feeling disconnected from yourself and others. That's why it's super important to recognize and tackle any issues related to value clashes early on, and to set clear boundaries in our relationships. It can help maintain a sense of identity and wholeness. Sometimes, this might mean cutting back or even ending interactions with those whose values clash deeply with ours. Making these tough calls is essential for preserving our authenticity and creating an environment where we can live in line with our own values and beliefs. By making these choices, we're not just protecting our mental health, but also reinforcing our commitment to our principles. They not only help us get rid of internal conflicts, but also pave the way for deeper and more meaningful relationships based on genuine shared values. Fourth, emotional exhaustion. Healthy relationships should be a refuge for mutual support and restoration. When we feel emotionally drained, it's a warning sign that these relationships are pulling us away from our true selves and hindering us from fully realizing our potential. Facing emotional fatigue after meetings and losing interest in activities is a sign of that. In the past, it brought joy or even a constant feeling of emptiness, negatively affecting our mental and physical health. Marcus Aurelius advised us to treat each day like it's our last, staying balanced, not reckless, and with a humble approach. This reminds us of the Stoic teaching about the importance of keeping emotional balance and avoiding what disrupts our inner peace. Moreover, if relationships are constantly draining our energy, they can hinder our progress. Instead of pushing us forward, these kinds of relationships hold us back from our personal and professional goals. They become obstacles to our self-realization and true potential. Recognizing the cycle of constant exhaustion and criticism is crucial for our well-being. We need to ensure that our relationships enrich us and promote mutual growth. Choosing what's best for us isn't just an act of self-care. It's about surrounding ourselves with people who positively impact our lives, helping us thrive and reach for our dreams. The best people genuinely appreciate us and enrich our spirit, affirming our commitment to peace and virtue, which are essential pillars of a truly good life. Fifth, manipulation. Whether it's emotional or behavioral manipulation, a serious violation of the core principles of authenticity and honesty, key values for building meaningful and respectful relationships. Using manipulation to influence or control others, all while hiding true intentions and deceiving those being manipulated, distorts perceptions. Reality can seriously undermine our ability to make free and conscious choices. As Seneca wrote, "Don't let anyone manipulate your soul. You should be the master of your actions and your world, not a pawn in someone else's game." When we're under manipulation, our judgment gets clouded, making it hard to make sound decisions. This can lead to feelings of uncertainty and confusion, causing us to doubt our own beliefs and choices. Moreover, manipulation infringes on our dignity and integrity. Manipulative behavior not only destroys trust and respect between people, but also has a lasting negative impact on the self-esteem and emotional well-being of the victims. That's why it's super important to recognize the signs of manipulation in our relationships and actively push back against it. Identifying this kind of behavior helps us take steps to protect our independence and integrity, which might mean setting firm boundaries or even cutting off manipulative relationships altogether. By getting rid of manipulation in our lives, we show our commitment to honesty and authenticity. This is a crucial step in keeping our ability to make clear judgments and maintaining our self-respect and respect for others, which leads to healthy and genuine relationships. Sixth, lack of trust. Trust is the cornerstone of all kinds of relationships, whether personal, professional, or social. A constant lack of trust can seriously undermine the foundation of our key interactions. We're in a constant state of alertness, unable to relax. This not only hinders the development of deep and meaningful connections, but also creates an atmosphere of uncertainty and tension. Without trust, every word or action can be interpreted with suspicion, turning even minor misunderstandings into potential conflicts. This atmosphere of mutual distrust can lead to a vicious cycle of fear and insecurity, leaving everyone feeling unprotected and undervalued. A lack of trust also holds us back from being vulnerable and authentic. Vulnerability is key to building deep, genuine relationships, allowing people to share their hopes, fears, and dreams. Without it, relationships stay shallow and limited. Seneca once said that no one can give you the peace you don't create within yourself. This reminds us that it all starts with us, and our inner peace is crucial for establishing trusting connections with others. Acknowledging and addressing the lack of trust is crucial for rebuilding the integrity of our relationship. This might require an open and honest conversation about the insecurities and doubts each person feels. In tough situations, getting help from a mediator or therapist can really help with this process. Tackling these issues is a vital step toward creating an environment where everyone feels safe, valued, and understood, and where we can invest in rebuilding. We don't just heal damaged relationships, we also strengthen our ability to interact openly and meaningfully. Seventh, any kind of abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, is a serious violation of the Stoic principles that prioritize dignity and mutual respect among people. Such disrespectful behavior fundamentally undermines what it means to be respectful and virtuous, according to Stoicism. The philosophy shared by thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius suggests that being in toxic relationships is totally at odds with the pursuit of a virtuous and balanced life. Stoics taught that a peaceful mind and spiritual harmony are the ultimate goals for true well-being. Ending toxic relationships isn't just about self-care. It's a crucial step for maintaining your own peace and integrity. It's a fundamental move not only to shield yourself from further harm, but also to affirm your own worth. Breaking off a relationship where there's a lack of self-respect and values can be really tough, especially when you factor in the emotional dependency that can lead to abuse. It's super important to reach out to friends, family, or professionals for support to help you get through this tough time. When we decide to end these kinds of relationships, we're choosing a path to healing and reclaiming our self-worth. It's a chance to rebuild our lives based on self-respect and mutual respect. When it comes to how we treat each other and interact with others, taking a strong stand against cruelty in our lives shows our commitment to higher ethical values and our relentless pursuit of the well-being and respect that every person deserves. Eighth, the lack of growth and support. A culture of silence or mutual support creates a stagnant environment that seriously limits our personal growth and our ability to make a positive impact on others. The lack of progress and support doesn't just slow us down, it holds us back. Personal growth is essential for healthy relationships, and support is a key part of that. If we don't have these elements, relationships can become one-sided or just about getting things done, missing out on genuine connection and mutual enrichment. It's really important to regularly check in on how our relationships are doing to make sure we're in an environment that respects and values us. The investment actively encourages our growth and well-being. This evaluation might highlight the need to discuss our shared expectations and goals and adjust how we interact so both sides can benefit and thrive. When mutual support and ongoing growth are lacking, it may be necessary to reassess the stability of the relationship. This doesn't always mean a break, but it might require a reset for both partners to thrive and develop. Taking steps to revitalize or adjust these relationships can be important, opening up new opportunities for personal and collective growth by turning stagnant interactions into sources of inspiration and progress, strengthens our ability to live a fuller life. It's all about balancing our desires and aspirations with our relationships. Ninth, persistent selfish behavior. Healthy relationships are crucially about finding that balance between giving and receiving, which reflects a commitment to reciprocity and mutual respect. If one side is always acting selfishly, prioritizing their needs over the others, it can really throw things off. This kind of behavior goes against the core principles of Stoicism, which values justice and emotional balance in any relationship. Constant selfishness can slowly erode the foundation of any relationship, making it one-sided and unbalanced. This undermines the mutual support structure that's essential for healthy relationships and affects both parties' ability to stay calm and practice self-control. A good person who constantly feels ignored or undervalued might face hurt and disappointment. If these feelings aren't addressed, they can further damage relationships. Recognizing and addressing selfish behavior is key to maintaining healthy connections. This might involve open conversations about mutual expectations and needs aimed at restoring balance, where both partners feel valued and respected. Sometimes it may be necessary to set clearer boundaries. We need to set some boundaries or rethink how we relate to each other to restore mutual respect and understanding. Tackling these issues not only protects everyone's individuality, but also strengthens our relationships, allowing us to grow in a more balanced and harmonious way. 10th, destructive communication. The foundation of all meaningful relationships is how we interact with each other, and this really impacts our connections. When communication is full of criticism, negativity, or destructive attitudes, it can seriously affect emotional stability and peace. Those who value harmony and balance in human relationships believe that communication should promote the well-being and growth of everyone involved. A communication model that signals the need for change is crucial. This kind of interaction doesn't just undermine mutual trust and respect, and can lead to emotional exhaustion, disappointment, and distance when words are used to tear down instead of build up. The true essence of communication gets lost, which should aim to reveal and actively eliminate destructive patterns. This might involve setting clear interaction norms that reject negativity and encourage open, respectful dialogue. Sometimes, getting a mediator or counselor involved can be necessary to steer the communication in a more positive direction. A healthy and productive way to encourage constructive communication is to focus on improving our relationships. By sticking to principles that enhance interaction, we create an environment where everyone feels heard, respected, and valued. Shifting from destructive communication patterns to constructive ones is essential for maintaining strong and meaningful relationships that provide mutual support. 11th, neglect of personal needs. Respecting each person's needs and boundaries is key to keeping things healthy in any relationship. Frequent ignoring of these needs shows a serious lack of respect, which can really undermine the dignity and inner peace of everyone involved in the relationship. Mutual respect isn't just about being polite. It's a fundamental part of practicing virtue and emotional well-being. Constantly ignoring or downplaying your needs and boundaries might indicate a major mismatch between your relationship and your ethical and personal principles. Behavior can lead to feelings of invisibility and insignificance, which not only hurts self-esteem, but also affects your ability to live according to your own values. Moreover, this kind of neglect can hinder your personal growth and development, limiting opportunities for a life filled with authenticity and meaning. It's really important to recognize and address this dynamic in relationships so that your environment reflects values of mutual respect and attention. To change the situation, you need to clearly express your needs. Your needs and expectations set the groundwork for keeping strong boundaries, which are essential for protecting your dignity and fostering a vibe of mutual respect. Sometimes you might need to rethink or even end relationships that keep ignoring your basic needs and respect. It's all about creating an atmosphere where honesty and respect can thrive, leading to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. 12th, lack of mutual accountability. Mutual responsibility is crucial in any healthy relationship because it requires both parties to share the load equally. If one person keeps dodging their share of the responsibility or their involvement in conflicts, it creates an atmosphere of imbalance and perceived unfairness. This kind of behavior goes against the core principles of honesty and fairness and can seriously damage trust and emotional stability. In relationships, the true test of a person's character shows up not when they dodge responsibility, but when they take it on, especially during tough times. When one partner shies away from their responsibilities, it often forces the other to carry an unfair burden, leading to feelings of resentment and disappointment. If this imbalance isn't fixed, it can slowly chip away at the trust and mutual respect that are essential for strong relationships. To tackle these issues, it's crucial that both partners committed to honestly evaluating themselves and openly discussing their actions and their consequences. This means acknowledging mistakes, giving sincere apologies, and making real efforts to fix problematic behavior and prevent it from happening again. Encouraging mutual accountability in the relationship not only reflects and strengthens its structure, but also creates an environment where fairness and trust can thrive. Fostering this dynamic makes the relationship more balanced and fair for everyone involved participants, a solid foundation for ongoing personal growth and development. Now that you understand how important respect is in relationships and how its absence can greatly affect not just the health of your relationships, but also your personal well-being, we encourage you to think about how you can apply this knowledge in your everyday life. Change starts with awareness and is solidified through action. Please share your ideas and stories in the comments below. Your input is crucial for enriching our community. If this video was helpful for you, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Together we can build more harmonious and respectful relationships. Take care, stay strong, and see you next time.